Saw that. Hey, there we are. How about that? We have our first night with our intro. We get to see it twice. Hey, sorry to leave you alone there. What's up, Ben?
And oh, there we go. Here I am.
Yeah. Hey, it is
We're
you.
back again.
Look,
Ten and a half.
remember a half hour ago when this guy was here and he was like, "Let's go," and everyone was like all pumped, and then everything just kind of stopped.
Yeah, I do remember that. I was
That was
there.
fun. Yeah, I was
Yep.
too. I wish I wasn't,
Yep.
but I was.
Well,
Yeah. So
that's
where were we?
just par for the week, it sounds like, for you.
Yeah, yeah. What was me? Yeah, I've been very happy in the last few minutes trying to get this thing going again. Let's see if I can,
That's okay.
post this up on Discord and get some people joining us. Let them know it's at least happening. But if we don't have any comments to look at, it might be a little bit smoother. I might get all your jokes, and you know, it might be fun still.
I'm very funny. Comments or otherwise.
Perfect.
hmm
All right. Why
I,
don't you go
I
ahead
went
and
I went to the Lego store this week. I still haven't been recognized, so we still haven't made the big time yet. But
is that
you know,
is the Lego store employees like the A full paparazzi?
I'm not sure. It's just like I feel like if the time I go there and somebody says, "Hey Ben," and I look over and I have no idea who they are, and they're like, you know, "Hey, I've seen you on the live stream." That's gonna be like, that's when
Yeah.
you know you've made it.
So I don't know if you had this at Brick World Chicago, but I had that a few times where people were like, "Hey, it's good to see you," and I'm just like, "Yeah, I get to see you too." And they're like, "No, I've never met you. I watched the live stream," and I was like, "Oh wow!" It happened with Michael Fujiwara. It happened with R. Claxton, and it happened with uh, I can't. I'm usually so good with names, but I can't remember the computer guy. Dave's House of Bricks.
Dave's Brick House, yeah.
Dave's Brick House. That's what it
I think
was.
that's what it is. Yes, and Dave came and introduced himself to me as well, but I don't recall the other people, or perhaps they did, and I was just either furiously putting my stuff together or I was corralling my child or both. But that's okay. When it happens in my hometown Lego store, then I
Then
need to
we
hire
made it.
security.
That's a thing.
Yes, then
You
we've
need to
made
hire
it,
security.
and I need security. Yes.
You get Miles to just like shame them away. But Miles has got a good way of just stopping people in their tracks with some of the stuff he says. So,
Oh
um,
yes.
all right, who knows how long my internet's going to last tonight? Thank you, Verizon. Shout out to our one of our company that's not a sponsor of us either and isn't helping us any. Verizon Business Hotspots, everybody. So why don't you go ahead and switch
Let's
your
get
camera?
this. Let's get this rolling.
Yeah. Oops. There
Here
you
we
go.
go.
Man.
We're
And
just
here's
going
the
straight
top
to it.
camera.
We're
Hey,
just
look, I'm
going
wearing
straight to the hot pants mech.
a Cobb shirt. Bricks and Minifigs Grand Rapids. There we go. All right. Hot pants, heavy pants, Mac.
Heavy pants, hot pants mech.
A chonky. He's chonky.
The chonky boy, the chonky legs. So so this is what I was hoping for when I said I needed some more presence or
Yeah.
sort of this chonkier style we saw at Brick World.
More
I
chonky.
like where it's going so far, but what do you think?
I first of all, I love it. I assume you are in process of adding the guns and arms and drills. Like you're not stopping where it is. This is in process, correct?
In process, correct. You
Yep.
see we're missing
Yeah.
some detailing on the legs. We've got a big giant hole here. Can't have a big giant hole there, as you mentioned.
No, no,
I
not in this
slapped on
heavy
one of
pants.
the Yeah, I slapped on one of the old guns over here. It's a little small, so we might need to do a little more on that side. I was working on a weapon for the other side here,
Oh, okay. Yep, yep.
but it's not quite ready yet either. I need
Yeah.
to get that to work out still. So we're
So
still working on it.
yeah, I think you already know this, but I would say the first step is hashtag supersize my guns because they do look
Yes,
yeah, they look a little weak. They don't look supersized to me. They look about the same size, maybe
yes.
smaller than the guns on Mr. Small Heavy Pants Mech. I
Yes, this one I'll just tell you now. This one came off of the brother of this one. I had a duplicate that's now been taken apart, and this was the gun from that one. So that gives you some idea of the size of the gun on this one. The little heavy pants mech gives you some idea of what it would look like on the big heavy pants mech. And yes, we need to make
yeah.
it bigger.
So I'm looking at the little.
So
I'm looking at the. Let's call it the crotch because that's what it is on both, and it looks like you did
yep.
like a direct double up from little heavy pants man to big heavy pants man or woman. I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't ask the pronouns. My fault.
Yeah, they're not quite doubled, but it is a similar style, of course.
Oh,
Um, it's not done.
Brian
One thing
Elzer's
about
here.
this.
Look at that.
Hi, Brian. Look at
Look,
that.
look, we got lots of people. Look, and Joellen Child's back. She's excited that we're back. I am excited too. I have finally turned my comments back on. Superhawk is was just waiting for us the whole time. I'm sure they're our biggest fans, I believe. Febby fan Milwaukee is also here. He says huzzah. I do too. And look, yeah, we're live so far.
Super. Yep.
Yeah, we've gone a whole 6 minutes and 20 seconds without having any more lag problems. So let's hope
Awesome.
that keeps going. Uh, um, yeah, what were you saying, Ben?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the crotch here, when you're talking
Crotch.
about it,
Uh-huh.
as you can see on the bottom of my crotch here, it is unfinished on this one.
That's the taint, Ben. That is called the taint.
Yes, in the taint area we are unfinished. And I will add, this does look
Ew.
like little butt cheeks back
It
here.
does look like
Just gonna
little
throw
butt
that out
cheeks.
there.
So his
Yeah.
pants are so heavy for such little butt cheeks. I would appreciate seeing larger exhaust ports back there.
We need some bigger butt cheeks, you're saying. Okay.
We definitely do. He needs to be a bear, not an otter.
Gotcha.
He's an
Gotcha.
otter in bear pants right now. Is what's happening.
Yeah,
So
and
do
you
you?
can see the back of this one was a
Yeah.
little
Oh,
different.
ooh! I booed you. Well, the back one on that looks unfinished.
Oh yes. Yeah, it just wasn't enough space really to do what I've been able to do on bigger heavy
Look
pants
who's
mech
back.
man. He's
Wolf of
still
Bricks
not
is
done yet,
back.
but
Wolf of Bricks is back, and he's still got the same attitude that he had before.
gave
So
us another let's
go.
go.
It's exactly awkward time to come into the live. Oh, Echo Bunny must have turned in right when I was just like, "That's called a taint." So if that was it, then that is. So D showed up at the same time. It looks
Same
like
thing,
everybody
yeah.
got the link right at the perfect time. Well, that's the way I think outside think outside the blocks. Who would have ever thought to build a Lego taint? There we go. Road Monkey TJ says definitely needs bigger guns. What's the purpose of the bigger mech? Just protection or mining and resource collection as well? I think the first one was taking like repairing telephone lines. I'm kidding. I do want to say like I do appreciate how complete the big heavy pants are. Monica Berry is back. Look who it is. She says, "What a time to enter the chat. Bigger butt cheeks. Hey, at least
Bigger butt cheeks.
yeah, bigger butt
Yes.
cheeks is a better place to enter than some of the other people entered at." Lego Team B. I think these two mechs really deserve proper names, so they don't get permanently named the Tank Twins. Too late now. I'm sorry.
It's true.
Every time
No,
they come in, throw
they
me
do
a
need names. Taint Twins isn't the worst thing I've heard all day.
Oh, and
Um,
I think little Mr. Heavy Pants and big Mr. Heavy Pants are a little bit like there's they're both a mouthful, I would say. These Bricks renamed the show Brick World After Dark. We could have some episodes during Brick World that are Brick World After Dark. That's usually the time when I'm actually out on the floor with you.
it's true.
The taint is what I call the hallway between the convention hall and the hotel at Brick World Chicago. I would call it, you know what? I'm not going to say what I would call that because now we're getting down a slippery slope here for sure. So, Ben.
It's a lovely place with lovely people, and it's a lovly time.
Yes, the legs on the chunkier one, on chunky Mr. Big Pants. The way they go all around, I really like the tube feeling on them.
Yep.
At first when I saw the cladding on the front, like the armor on the front of the legs, it seemed a little bit less post-apocalyptic than little Mr. Heavy Pants. But I'm fascinated by the shape. I love the full armor shape of it. I love the roundness.
Yep.
I don't know what those pieces are. We've got a couple of whoops, we already saw that one. Road Monkey TJ says I think I think that's now their names. Yeah, I thought the same thing. They're the Tane twins forever. He also says if I see these at a convention, Tane twins is going to come to mind. So hopefully we'll get these on the nomination list next year as the Tane twins. Stud Sidious is here. Stud Sidious designed this shirt. Oh, hold on. Stud Sidious is here, and he designed this shirt, this ACOB shirt that I'm wearing right now. And he said that he's designing a Fabuland shirt for me too, because he's really cool. I think I've met him in person. I don't. Maybe, but he's been great in the chat on ACOB, and he wants to make a Fabuland shirt, and I'm geeking out about it. But yeah, he made this shirt too. So if you guys don't watch ACOB, not only do they have merch, we should get merch, Ben. They have they have a really cool stream. They're lots of fun. They have intros that aren't quite as dramatic as ours. Back to Ben and the Heavy Pants Mech. Let's see. I'm glad this many people came back for us. Stud Sidious asked a great question. What kind of figs are driving the mechs? I just got excited about him. I forgot to say what he said. He said figs I think he means the mechs look cool because he hasn't seen the figs yet. Sorry. Ignore me. Go ahead.
The figs here, they're a combination. I think this is, what's his name from Reaper, maybe that's his name from Overwatch. And then I think this helmet's some version of Iron Man, right? Some evil Iron Man helmet. I have no idea where it came from.
Okay.
But that's sort of the combo there. It's kind of a nice. I'm kind of a mean armory kind of look to him there.
Yeah, I like that.
So.
And the other one?
Kind of what I've gone with. The other one's the same, but in Mr. Giant Pants Mech.
Oh dear Lord,
Mr. Six Leg Mech.
They are literally twins. So you don't want to call them to be called the Tane twins, but they're the same exact figure as the pilot.
Yeah. In this one, this is the Blacktron Bounty Hunter who's piloting this one.
So that's the non-supersized one you're showing us right now.
Yes, this one's non-supersized, but it might get the same treatment if this goes well.
Insectoid pants.
Insectoid pants. We need to supersize this guy too.
Dear Lord, I'm not going to read these comments out loud. Yeah, I can't wait to see that one supersized. Everyone's mind is still in the gutter.
You started it. I just want to point that out.
Lego Team B, I know it was gratuitous, but also check them out Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central. It's a great stream. D's Bricks, also a great guy to check out on social media. You can check him out on TikTok and whatnot. He does a lot of cool live auctions. He's got a prolific Bricklink store as well. So Stud Sidious says we met on Friday Night Brick panels, but not in person yet. Oh, Friday Night Brick. I haven't been on that one for a while. I love that one. That one's a lot of fun. It's very, very laid back. Sidious says also that he likes the fig mashups. So good job there, Ben. I said it twice there. Oops. I have to finish illustrating the Fabuland bear for that tee, but I'm working on it. Oh my God, there's going to be a Fabuland bear tee. You know what, Ben?
Yeah.
Let's put a pin in the Fabuland bear. Remind me when we're switching up that I want to talk about Fabuland bears while I'm switching cameras. Real quick on the you use one of my favorite pieces on the top of the leg, like the hip, not the hip joint itself, but where like the top of, yes, that. I love that piece. You know how often I use it in my Art Deco space stuff. The more I think about it now that I started saying it, it looks like a cool vent for the top. I kind of wish, sorry, I kind of wish it was the same radius as the top of the leg, just because the bottom of the leg, like the shin of Mr. Heavy Pants, looks so rounded.
Yeah, let me see here. That's probably what? 4x4. I might be able to move it.
Maybe
hard to say.
Maybe forward, so it like kind of like the.
Yeah, I guess I sort of envisioned it as some
Bear
sort of
Chicago. Yeah, good call, Stud Sidious. I like that. Fabuland Bear's a badass. I like I like any Fabuland figure, as long as they have the old eyes, not the new eyes. If you don't know what I mean, yeah, I can demonstrate.
You know, right?
Yeah, you should know. It's a very obvious difference. So I'm going to finish my thought from earlier about the the smoothness of the shin of the bigger heavy pants mech.
Hmm.
At first, it made it look like next to little Mister Heavy Pants, it made it look less post-apocalyptic, but it also made it look like you hadn't put as much detail into the chunkier one that you did the little one. What I appreciated about it, especially seeing again the crotch as just a double up, you I think you use some new techniques and some cool greebling on the side. So when you start moving everything around, it does look more detailed. Like you use that chunkiness not to just make it chunky, but to add some more of like your detailing, your ability to greeble really well. And I'm really enjoying that part of it. It looks honestly, I'm not just saying this because this is what you're going for. It looks like it has more presence because you were able to show more of your skill in it.
Right. I mean, this was exactly sort of what I thought this needed. And we still talked a lot
Good.
about, dynamic dynamic poses. We talked about,
Yeah.
the setting, other
Yeah.
things too that make a complete mock. But I
Definitely.
thought even with all that stuff, this was just too it was cool and everything else, but it didn't scream please look at me. Instead it was like if you were looking for a cool small mech, you'd say, "Oh, that's a cool small mech." But if you were just like some average fan of Lego and you walked by it, you'd be like, "Okay, well, I think I'm going to look past this and look to the space base or
Yeah.
a spaceship or a castle." Hopefully, with some bigger mechs, people will, there'll be more space around it.
Yeah.
It'll be something people will actually stop and look at and not just say, "Oh, this is some other builder in between the three things I'm looking at that just slapped a mech on the table," right?
And I think that so I think that that's the place where I think you were the most successful in the chunk up. I know you're calling it supersizing, but now I'm going to call it chunk up. Is the feet now on Little Mister Heavy Pants don't look big enough to really hold them up, and the detail you have in the ankle. I see you've got those corner flags on Little Mister Heavy Pants, but on Big Mister
Yep.
Heavy Pants, you can see kind of like the bolts that are holding the feet to the legs, and you can kind of get an idea of the mechanics that are needed to put this sort of thing together. I think you can go even bigger with the feet. I mean, they look amazing
Yeah.
now, but
Yep.
I
I
think they
thought
can be
about
like
that.
all
Yep. And there,
terrain
there's
feet.
a yeah, there's a little bit more to the feet too. There's also
Yeah.
the back of the foot is a completely different shape now, and it actually can flex down
Oh, is that cool? I didn't notice the
a little
hoses
bit.
before.
Yep. Some hose
Hoses are
action.
awesome.
Everybody needs some hoses.
That's right.
But to add a little more stability for when he is stepping on something.
Ooh, you
So
know what? I really like the stance there too. It looks like he has a little bit more hip flexion than the last guy.
that the last guy was actually complete ball joint, so that one could move around a lot more. But this one is using that piece that we've talked about now so many times that I was thrilled that they built this piece here.
No.
Um,
So real quick, Ben, before you show us that piece, Lego Team B said
yeah,
Bubba Taint, the heavy pants of the twins has certainly grabbed my attention. Bubba Taint.
good.
Excellent.
Bubba
What's the
taint.
other name? Lego Team B. Yeah, that I just saw that piece the other day for the first time.
Yes.
I'm like, what are
This is
they come out with now, man? That I bet you're loving that piece. That's a very Ben
I,
Hauger.
I am. What I like about it can replace most, but not all of the movement of a
Yeah.
ball joint because it can flex, it can rotate both this way in a socket, and then it can also have two pieces off here for click hinges to rotate up and down. It doesn't
Oh
quite
no
have
way.
your perfect motion, but it
What?
has enough that it can be used in these joints and still stay, as you can tell,
All
pretty
right.
solid. When I
Okay.
wiggle this guy around with the ball joints, he starts collapsing, right? And this guy doesn't do that. He's tougher.
Yeah.
So
He's got a stronger taint. The you're we have to stop this because you're making me want to build mechs, and I don't have the time. So Wolf of Bricks gave Deez a good plug here. He says he's gonna Deez Bricks is gonna bankrupt him because he's bought more from him in the last 4 weeks than he spent on Bricklink in his whole life. Jeez, wow, that's so, Wolf. I assume you have a big project, but yeah, Deez is a good one to go to because he has a great stock there. Stud Sidious also says he likes your color scheme, which I agree. Dark red mechs are something that I usually my eyes are usually drawn to. I really like that color for mechs. He
Here's the
does
problem, though,
know, in
right?
case you were
One other
worried.
thing.
Oh yeah, go for it. What's that?
Here's me. Here's me
Oh yeah,
taking
yeah,
some
yeah.
of my dark red off.
Oh come on.
Poor
Let me
dark
tell
red.
you,
It's a little brittle.
a brittle, so I was taking apart part of the Fabuline Orchard, and you know that 1x6 mud guard.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. So it's 6 freaking studs long, and I was taking it off of the other plates, and it broke into 6 pieces. Every stud, and it's a mud guard. So there's other things like holding it together. I'm like, how did they fail so bad on whatever this batch was? In case you were worried, Stud Sidious does know about the old eyes. We talked about Bubba Taint. Stud says the big one has an ED 209 vibe from RoboCop. He digs it up, comparing it to IPs. Should we boo him? Nah. Stud,
Yeah, it's
he's
okay.
making me a
That's okay.
Fabuland Bear shirt, so let's not boo him. Fabby
Right.
Fan Milwaukee says yes, so we can boo him too. Road Monkey TJ says think it changed the little mech into more of a light scout, and the heavy mech more of a giant Gatling or howitzer type weapon system. We're getting a lot of feedback on this, man. Stephen Greenwood, who
Yeah.
does at least Brick World Milwaukee, says he's here now. He was on a conflicting StreamYard stream. Well, glad you're here. Welcome. Deez is apologizing to Wolf. He says sorry. He thinks. um, yeah. Rest in peace, Brittle Lego. Yeah, I would say burn in hell, Brittle Lego. Brittle Lego. Stud Sidious says dark red and gray are always a good combo. And he always buys sneakers in that color too. You can go on Nike ID and make your own sneakers, and they're relatively inexpensive. Don Sloboda's here. Hey Don, good to see you. We gave you credit last week for teaching us how to pronounce pareidolia, and you weren't here to take your credit. Stud Sidious corrected his. I corrected it for you. We knew what you meant. It's all good. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Hi. And here we go. It just has an ED vibe, but it definitely looks custom. So what's ED mean? Do you know, Ben?
I think this was the RoboCop mech he was mentioning.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
I'm
Stephen
not
Greenwood.
familiar with that mech, but
You have five
now I'm going to
seconds.
check it out, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. ED is an interesting acronym for a mech because it stands for
Yeah.
something else. Our minds are
Especially
all in the
with
gutter
what we've
tonight.
been talking about, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
It's theme appropriate or topic appropriate. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the ED mech. Oh, he is very cool. Here's I don't know if this is the exact one we were thinking of here,
I
but check it out.
I
It's
believe that
probably the
would be
guy.
correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can understand. I do see a little bit of it in there too.
Yeah, look at
Yeah, you've got
you can see all my Verizon outage tabs. Test my internet speed. My playlist for Epidemic Sound, so I can make the playlist real quick. Good thing my OnlyFans page isn't up. Yeah, but see, everyone's mind is in the gutter today, including mine. Sorry. Um, there's a Lego one here. See, that's what a Lego erectile dysfunction droid looks
uh-huh.
like.
Well, Lego Team B tells us the ED stands for enforcement droid, of course, not the
Mhm.
other thing.
That's
So
what the ED droid wants you to think.
yeah, I do think that enforcement droid, the big giant spring off the back of the leg or whatever it is, very cool. Of course, this guy is going to also have the hands that come down here, the little T-Rex hands,
Ooh,
to match the littler guy here.
ooh, T-Rex hands! I'm excited.
So when those hands are in, I think it'll have a little different vibe than the ED mech. But yeah, I can see the
God,
similarities there,
I really
and I
hope.
dig it.
Or I really hope we stop using the term ED mech.
Hey,
I do.
it's theme appropriate. I'm sticking with it today.
Yeah. All right. I say there's no butts or crotches or taints in my build. I feel like I failed everybody. If only I'd have known. Stephen Greenwood also says it looks like an MTG or Pokemon card of ED209. Oh, I gotta take my face out of there. No one wants to see it. They want to see the comments. Okay. Do you know what that means, Ben? I do remember like with TV, it was
Um,
plenty dysfunctional. So I
it was
again,
plenty dysfunctional.
yeah,
Okay,
had like a
so I
compound.
don't know. I don't know if the ED Mech went a little rogue or had some other dysfunction that matches ED, but yeah, okay. So that mech apparently not perfect either. So
Poor guy. We're giving him a complex either way if he's still around. Um, there, TT Mac, Taint Twins Mac. Yeah, you gotta work that in there for your fans, Ben. Like the what's the ED one 209? You got to make these like one of them's got to be TT 209.
TT209, yeah.
Oh, Stephen Greenwood meant the Google search I brought up. Now I get it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was some. They kind of looked. What's the word that they use for like the cutified version of like a serious build? Is it chibi or
A
something
chib.
like that?
Dear Lord, what is with tonight? A chibi. Is it really called a chibi?
It's something like that. I'm probably mispronouncing it.
I should hope
But
so.
it's that style that they do where they kind of make something like an X-wing adorable and small. Kind of this chubby style. It's probably a mashup of two obvious words, but we just don't know what they are.
God,
I'm
I
sure
hope so.
everybody's either laughing or typing it into the
Right.
chat
I
right now. I haven't
I
seen it
really
come
hope
up.
someone in the chat is explaining it. We this that got us a like somehow. I hope someone's like not only explaining it in the chat, but giving us a good like pronunciation of the word too. Because if
Yes,
you have it right
help
by
us out.
spelling, let's hope it's actually
Help
like
us out.
chibi or something. Um, Stud Sidious is having a problem spelling tonight. He misspelled chunky when he said that he likes chunky mechs. Okay, well that's the so yeah, it's right. Yep,
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
apparently chibi, perhaps the way you pronounce it.
Chibi, chibi.
Chibi.
Dear Lord, you said you said chibi, and I was just done. I almost hit the end broadcast button.
Maybe that means something else to you. I don't know, but I
Edie
got it.
Mac driven by Bubba Taint. What's happening? Here we go. Late to the
Uh,
party, but yep, same information. It looks like we have confirmation in the chat. It's
chibi.
Chibi.
Yep.
Chibi. All right, so next. All right. Hashtag Chibi my Max.
Yeah. Hashtag size my Mac. Hashtag TT209. Hashtag chibi.
I love this. So Wolf of Bricks is keeping me on task here. Don't forget to like this video. It helps expand the reach. Also, if you do like this video, subscribe to us as well. What's a ring? What do you say, Ben? Because I'm going to say it wrong. About the
Is
bell.
it the? I think it's ring-a-ling, the ding-a-ling bell. Is that
Oh
the
dear
word?
Lord. All right. I'm sorry I asked. Seriously.
Gotta ring the bell. That's the key. Subscribe. Ring the bell.
It's not often I'm speechless.
They didn't even hear us talking in the pre-show. So
Oh no. So do you have anything else to show us?
no, that's all I've gotten done this week. Sorry.
That's quite all right. No, that's plenty. No, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't cutting you off. I was trying to be polite, but I just, as long as we're as long as we are on this topic for the evening, this just random mind in the gutter topic. I think while I'm switching cameras, I would like for you to tell me the story. Tell everyone the story that you told me uh, during the pre-show. I think this is like I said, we got to put a pin in the Fabuland Bearer. And like, so they're making an ACOB shirt like this one, this amazing shirt here designed by Stud Sidious. ACOB is a great live stream that you can watch on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central. They're making a Fabuland shirt, and he's going with the bear because Chicago, but like also, like, if it's inspired by me, go ahead, Ben. Please explain everything that needs explaining.
Okay. This is intense, and let me pre-apologize. Don't cancel me. Okay, so as some of you may know, our good friend Mark, and yes, I did say Dingling, is a gay man, and he wears tank tops. Yeah, he tells me it's his dog park uniform, to the dog park while walking his dog. However, it's been associated that it is also the particular dress of hairy gay men. They like showing their hair. I don't know why. But Mark and I have had discussions in the past about the gay community being obsessed with giving people labels, sort of based on their body type, and it's more so their body size and hair are very common for giving them a label. So in the community, they have smaller men who are quite hairy are referred to as otters. Very large men who are quite hairy are called bears. And if you're sort of in between, you're called a wolf. I'm sure everybody, there's no comments flooding in, Mark, so this must be a very tantalizing topic.
Yeah, I think everyone's just
So,
enraptured with the stories. Yeah, so keep going.
yeah, so my friend Mark is well known as a otter in the community. Self-identified, right, Mark? I want to
Uh,
be clear. Everyone's aware here.
yeah, oh,
Self-identified as an otter, right?
I definitely call that. I definitely call myself that, but I had to be told by somebody else the first time because I was vastly unaware that there was more than just bears. And actually, the first time I heard bear, someone had to explain it to me. I'm like, why is that person a bear? There's
Yeah.
no
So
manual for this. You just kind of have to experience things.
yeah. So we were at a friend's house today, and they were learning about this particular subject. After learning that I was live streaming with my friend Mark, who was brought up was gay and identified as or was identified as an otter by somebody. So the conversation sort of went off from there in a very different direction, and we got onto a different topic um, of slumber parties. And the person's house we were at, their daughter had just had a slumber party. My daughter Mara had just had her first slumber party as well, first sleepover. She was very excited about it. And one of the things they talked about was that at this particular sleepover at my friend's house, the girls, they were probably in their early teens, had all put on um, swimsuits and were going to indulge in a hot sauna-like shower in this large shower that my friend had in their basement. And so, the some people at the table were taken aback, and I said, "Well, you have to understand, like the shower in this um, basement is enormous." I said it can easily fit like 3 adults. And everyone looked back at me like thinking I'd actually stuffed 3 adults in the shower. I'm like, you can tell it can fit a lot of adults. So I called over the teen who had just had the slumber party and said, could you fit, without trying it, could you easily fit 3 adults in your shower downstairs? And she said, 3 adults, hardly. You could easily fit 4 adults in the shower. And I said, there you have it. We could easily fit 2 bears and 2 otters in that shower. And then the girl responded, oh, you could fit way more otters than that in there. So, having no idea what we were talking about, she had now suggested we could have an entire shower just full of otters, which of course made all of us laugh. And her being completely oblivious to the prior conversation was, of course, not getting why we thought it was hilarious that she was suggesting we get more than 2 bears and 2 otters in the shower.
I
So,
love I I love so much about that story, but I love this comment that came in during it where Supa said, "You need an otter build, Mark," because I didn't take it as like I need to make an otter mock. I thought she meant I need like an otter build, and I was like, "Excuse me, I do have an otter
you've
build."
got an otter
I,
build,
yeah,
yeah.
like, are you calling me a bear? Are you saying I'm bear size now? Um,
Maybe a wolf. Maybe a wolf.
so there's all these like people have referred to me as a cub as well, and like someone called me a cub at some gathering, and they someone else said no, cubs are young, and I was like, wait, are they
Wow.
small or are they young, and which one did you mean? Yeah, yeah. So there's I don't know why we have to be animals, but my favorite part of the story that you left out, Ben, is that when you opened the phone to show your friends the live stream, the other person said, "That's his friend Mark. He's gay," and you were like, "What? What was,
Yes.
why?"
Well, that
Wow.
was because I didn't want Mrs. Z to be too embarrassed by her insistence on immediately telling everyone that my friend, the owner of Brickworld, was gay.
I
But
didn't say
Mrs. Z had
it was
said
me.
this
You said it was me.
based on.
I
That's
looked that
true.
up.
She said this um, because apparently she thought that your particular outfit,
Right.
which demonstrated and showed everybody all the hair on your shoulders, was clearly a calling card
Well,
for
she's
an otter in the community. I don't
the
know, but
the way you told me the
that was
story was
funny.
that like when you asked her like why did you bring that up, she was like, well, he's wearing a tank top, so she had to
He's
explain
wearing a tank top.
why I was wearing
Yes,
a tank top because
he's
I'm gay.
always wearing that tank top.
Yeah, because I'm always going
Yeah.
to the dog park and I don't want a farmer's tan on my biceps or triceps. So that's my dog park uniform. It really is. It's true. There's a lot of comments coming in, so I'm going to try to navigate around all this. But let's go ahead and bring uh, my build in. It is
You can fit so many otters in that shower, baby. That's my favorite comment of the night.
it is not a lot has been done on it. Unfortunately, I had to stop when I finally started making some progress because I had
What
to do
is
the intro.
this?
What is this? It's a sci-fi build.
What is this?
Didn't you
What
read the
is this?
description for this week's episode, Ben? I said we were both bringing sci-fi builds because I knew you were doing mechs.
My brain is about to melt. I can't believe that we have a sci-fi mech or sci-fi build on Mark's
Yeah.
table today.
Well, you've seen a version of this before because it's very similar to what I built in 2015. The first uh, collab that you did with us. I'm trying to figure out where to put the light so I can get these comments on.
It's actually the second collab that I did with you, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, to be fair, it's the
Yeah.
first one we did together because you missed 2012 when we did Pirates.
No, I
So
was there, but I pulled out
you were
because
there, but you
I,
didn't do the collab. Yes.
I wanted to do I wanted to do the display for my dad since that was the year he died, and so I pulled out of the collab. So thanks for shaming me for not being part of the Pirates collab. Let's pull up some of these comments while you soak in what you're seeing. There's a
Yeah,
bunch
I
of
see
weird
Z's
things.
spouse has responded, and she indicates she didn't throw out the comment until it was
Oh,
after mentioned that you were wearing that adorable tank top.
so someone said he's wearing a tank top. Why? Is that what happened?
I
I want to
I
hear. I
don't
want to.
know. I think it was.
I want to hear all sides
I
of
have.
this.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it was because it was like, oh, here's the live stream, and it was just your face prominently displayed with showing your shoulders with the tank top, and everyone's like, who streams in a tank top? I don't know,
I
but
know.
I mean,
I really
I
should.
love the description of, well, it's because he's gay. Of course he's wearing a tank top. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
So this was a great question. Are multiple otters an otter battle pack? Um. So you know how like there's a flock of seagulls, a murder of crows. Um. My two favorites are. Let's ask the chat. See if they know these. What's a group of rhino called? Don't Google it either. If you know it, you know it. What's a group of rhinoceros called? What's a group of flamingo called? All right, so that's fun. And it has nothing to do with taints or butts or crotches. Stud City says I can put that fabulous shirt art on a tank. I just need to finish it. I'm juggling a bunch right now. I know the tank is Mark's uniform. And I'm not pressing you to finish that tank, man. You take your time. I feel honored that you're doing it. Um, Stephen Greenwood says slap shower. You can fit so many otters in the shower. I'd have kicked it. I'd have probably kicked it instead of slapping it. Stud City says, when I make shirts for Butt Shop, I always make them sleeveless because he's obsessed with the sleeveless style. Yes, he is. Yes, yes, yes. Um, So we got Mrs. Z. All right, so we got another one from Sidious here. He says, my buddy from the ad agency I worked at told me if I was gay, I wouldn't be a bear, I would be a yeti because I'm so pale. Oh, no. So Stephen Greenwood says, I sense you were inspired by New Hashima. Well, guess what? I built this in, 2015 was it, Ben?
Yes.
And Stephen Greenwood also said, who wouldn't stream in a tank top, right? Right? I love this. Monica Berry has just been educated like crazy tonight. We all have. I feel like we all have had some education tonight. So the other reason I want to go back to this is I'm just trying to take the power back. Yes, Don Sloboda. A flamboyance of flamingos. Can you believe that's what a group of flamingos is called? It's called a flamboyance. that's
Wow.
bonkers. Anybody know the rhinoceros? I'll give you guys some more time. Um,
I've got an otter battle pack here for you too, if you
I
want to
know I
see
have
it.
one. Yes, yes, I love the
Yep,
Otter Battle
here it
Pack.
is.
Ooh, I didn't I didn't know this one. Monica Berry says a group of zebras is called a dazzle. That's
Oh
amazing.
yes.
So if you got like a bunch of flamingos and zebras together, it'd be a dazzling flamboyance. That's crazy. I've got mock ideas in my head. Um, so, oh, sorry, Ben's showing us the battle pack here.
Yes, here's the
Yeah,
outer battle pack.
I
You
got
have
one of
any idea how many of these I could fit in that shower? Probably like 1,000 easily.
we. Can you please get us a picture of the shower for the stream? I think everybody needs to see it.
I will see if I can. I really should.
Is that me on screen? That's not what I want. Let's do that
That's you
one
now.
and then get rid of me. Yeah, no. Yep, got it. All right. So yeah, so this is what was on my desk when the basement flooded, which was also before I saw New Hashima, by the way. Um the point of this is going to be that we are um I am building four different base models that are going to be on this planet. And yes, by the way, if I hadn't had to stop to do the intro, I would have put on some coral and turquoise foliage because I'm assuming that's a comment you had saved up. Um, where we've got like four different buildings as like bases for other people to build onto. So we kind of have right now at Ben, you worked on this in Brickworld Milwaukee. We have like the Brickworld Interactivity City. So we want to shift this a little bit because we're doing World of Lights at Grand Rapids so that they could put on modules that light up. So these are going to be the base models. So we're going for a little bit different than what we do at what we've done at the other shows, in just kind of stacking them all up in columns and making separate buildings instead of just like the base models for the Interactivity City now are just 8x16 modules themselves. So we're making something chunkier to for kids to build onto, so they can feel more like they're part of something that's an actual display instead of just like long towers of 8x16 modules. But I'm excited about this because let me see if I can find it even. This place exploded this afternoon because that's another thing I'll ramble on about for a second. Is as much as I'm getting everything back together from the flood, um, every time I sit down to look for a piece, either because of Brickworld Chicago or because of the flood, it's not where I need it to be. Like dumb pieces, like 1x1 gray plate, or like what was I looking for today? Just the 1x2 cheese slope. Like 45 minutes later, I was like, okay, I can finally do this line here. But I can't find it right now. I know I had it in my hand earlier today. I want to put a monorail going between the four buildings. Since it's kind of a water planet, it's definitely a water planet. Everything's going to be built on blue base plates. I did base plates this time because it's easier to transport from show to show and then keep in storage, and then just kind of slot together once we get there. So that's basically the entire concept. There's going to be a lot more of this. There should have been a lot more of this today, but again, poor me. I am still struggling to keep the organization together down here. It's getting better. It's definitely getting better, and it's only going to get better. But today was a rather frustrating day, also a frustrating week. So I didn't get as much done as I would like to have. But of course, that's what I say every week. So I should just put it up in a title. I didn't get as much done as I would have liked to have. So what do you think?
Well, I
Are?
I mean I want to say that Stephen Greenwood thinks the most impressive part is that full scale phone you have built right into the mech there. It looks just like an iPhone.
Shut up,
Yeah,
Steven.
look, there it is right there. Oh, so you didn't actually complete that. Okay, well, I take everything back then. Oh, Stephen, you got a boo.
So yes, so we're back to being a Yeti. Having half Polish, half Italian genes suck. I'm super pale, then burn bright red before I can get tan. I actually have the opposite problem, where I rarely burn, and then once I am tan, I stay tan for a very long time. And none of my genes make sense for that to have happened. Yeah, nice full scale cell phone. How about that? Yep, it is. I'm good at that. That
Yeah, I
part
tried
of
to
that
see if
was in
my
Fort Wayne. So Don, the flood happened right before Fort Wayne. So that was the thing that we were trying to do with the Sci-Fi City build. Only this showed up, and these were stuck at the bottom of some box that we had thrown up into the guest room. I just found them this week, and I was like, it's a good thing because we have a sponsor who's interested in the interactive builds that we do. And so, like I said, in the live stream that didn't happen, um, we were, I don't know if anybody even saw that part of it because I don't know how bad the internet was at that point. We have somebody interested in sponsoring our interactivity city. Um, let's see. Stud City says, I'm always waiting on parts orders for Mox. The story of any A-Fool's life. It really should work digital first so I know exactly what parts I need. Yeah, I've tried doing that, but it always looks different when you get on the table and you end up not using the parts that you had in studio or whatever you're using anyway. So I like that just to kind of like lay stuff out, but I always like to, before I order parts, I like to see what it looks like in real brick first, because sometimes the digital programs can fool you a little bit. Also, Stud City said, I've been wanting to mess with digital just to sketch and mock, but I prefer building physical. Yep, pretty much what I said. Sorry. Monica Berry said, I've had one tan in my life after an entire summer of lifeguarding with April Fisher. Oh, one tan in your entire life? Interesting.
Well,
Anyway, Ben, what you thinking on this?
well, first of all, I want to say um, uh, that of course, looking at this, I recognize your style. I also appreciate that you're not making it totally square. You're doing a lot of rounded
Yeah,
action on here to sort of give it a different look.
thank you.
At this point, of course, what is it? Is it an entranceway? Is it um,
Good question.
what is it? What are we looking at here?
An entranceway, yeah, sure, that's it.
I see. It's a non-specific building structure at this
It's,
moment.
I mean, it's basically, yeah, and that's why I wish I could show you more of what it's actually going to look like. It's the lobby of a large residential building. Well, hi, baby. Happy Hound is here. Hi, sweetie.
Oh,
Hey, how was your walk? How was your walk? Hello. Yes, I love you. I love you very much. I do a lot of just like random sketch building. So there's like, this is going to go up here, like sort of somewhere, maybe higher. Um, got some other corners to do more interesting things, like kind of, oops, not this one. This is, wait, no, I didn't wrap either one of them around. I thought one of them wrapped around, but I guess they didn't. They just match right now. It's also hard, like, one of the reasons I started with these different colors, and I meant to take some of this off. I wanted to mix these together, blue and orange, not like alternating, but have like orange go to here and then orange all the way down here and leave the rest of this blue. Like kind of just like make things brighter so that everything's not in such a cool tone. I started with these today, and I was really excited about how this was matching up. And I've got these like, I was really happy with this choice with the 1x3 inverted arches here. So it creates kind of a curve. I can't really tell at the angle I put it at, but
hmm
the
oh, I,
geometry.
I can tell. I can tell from here.
Oh, you can? Yay!
Yep.
Um, the geometry was starting to kill me. And of course, things like that was one of the things I couldn't find at all today, and I think it's somewhere in storage because I brought them with me to Chicago. I would like to use the transparent headlight bricks here, so this can light up from inside. Um,
Oh.
but yeah, I know. And then I need 1x1 dark gray bricks with side stud to finish that, and I don't know where mine are. I have a whole bin of like dark gray bricks with side stud, and none of them are 1x1 with just one stud. They're either corners or doubles
Wah wah.
or a headlight.
What a hard life. What a hard life. Yeah, the one by one with stud on one side and dark gray seems to be a little more rare in my collection as well. I tend to find the same thing where I find one with stud on opposite side quite a bit.
Well, and
Um,
I use that brick technique, that offset brick technique, and I've used probably all of them doing that so often. Stud Studio says he's never tried digital yet. Well, give it a shot. It may help you at least plan things out, at least footprints. Monica
mhm.
Berry, back to
And
the
I
skin tone thing. She says she's super pale, usually just burns and gets freckles. Yeah, freckles. Stay away from the sun. Look who's
and
here.
hopefully Stud Studios wasn't saying he's tried a digital tan because that doesn't work. Just want to let him know that.
Yeah, unless you Photoshop it and just put it in a picture somewhere, just for the experience to see what you look like. All right, so Stud City says that his sister has the olive Italian skin. He has the pale Polish. She always jokes that I have to burn away the Polish to get tan. I don't. So when I was in college, my first degree, I was a theater major, and you have to take a makeup class. And I got to class, and I had bought. They sold the makeup kits at the bookstore, so they handed me mine, and I got to class, and I was like, "Oh, they got it wrong." They gave me olive. My makeup teacher was like, "No, you have olive skin." And I was like, "Where'd that come from? Like, how? Why?" Um, and Monica Berry's husband is all Polish, and she makes him look tan. Yeah, you had a flood, didn't get much damage. So, 16 hours of
Oh,
water poured into the
Stephen.
basement. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, TLDR, 16 hours of water pouring into the basement. They finally finished up the work down here in April, and we were in the middle of Brick Road, Milwaukee. They're not done with the staircase. Now we have to have the HVAC replaced. Fun. In the Brick World interactive bins. Yes, this?
Maybe
Yes.
that may be, yeah.
Oh,
It's
no, it
probably where
wasn't. I see
some of
what
your
you mean.
missing parts are probably there too.
No, it was in this, yeah, it was in this box that I threw together to get stuff that was like in danger of getting water damaged. Yeah, that's right. My shirt. What's up, Sean? How are you? Good to see you. Wish I knew what that meant. All right, we're having a full discussion now about skin
Are you
tone.
talking about the hashtag GG?
Yeah,
Yeah, good game, good game.
good game.
Good showing, my man. Good job. Pat
Awesome.
on the back.
Good
That's
for
what he's
me.
telling
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I feel good.
Good for you.
That makes me happy. That made my day better. That's the way to end the week now. Um, so yeah, this has a lot of work to go for you to be able to really respond to it. I think I want light to come through quite a few of these places. Oops, sorry everybody. I thought that would move a little bit more smoothly. So I've got these. I got the 2x2 round transparent back here.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and so I'm looking forward to I kind of like I use that narrow gauge train track. You've seen me do this a couple times to make the curved base. I didn't have time to finish out the front. Unfortunately, I can't get the same pattern in the front that I have around here, so this will be reduced to a 2x when it goes in front here to get the that radar dish in the center. Um, but yeah, that's I'll need to work on this some more because I need to do proof of demonstration. I might one of those things where I felt like I was going to stay up all night to get it done. I'm not sure I necessarily need that done to get the proposal together, but I like to be thorough. But there's a lot of other stuff I need to do tonight. Like I'm going to be working all night, so it's a good thing we were delayed by a half hour.
Yes, that was an interesting hiccup, but hashtag professional YouTubers.
Anything else for this before we? Yeah, this was definitely what I felt like. I was like, all right, fine. I will remember to freaking restart, or at least check the speed of the stupid hotspot before we get started. Before I take the camera off this, anything else that any other feedback for this one?
I think it's interesting because I've seen you do a lot of physical pencil sketches.
Yeah,
That part of what you're doing a lot of here is sketch building,
yeah,
as in, building sort of elements or cool things that you maybe want to include. You don't quite know where it's going to go or how it's going to be incorporated, but you sort of build up a cool shape or idea and then, see where it takes you. It's not what you usually do. So,
yeah.
is this a new thing for you? Is it something you're just trying? Is it
I'm gonna say I
what's
think
sort of the idea for doing it?
I think this is probably the newest idea I've brought to the the last week's was probably more like original because I had never built anything like it before. But I do a lot of sketch modeling uh, because once I'm done with the sketches are usually for layout. The sketches are usually for the basic shape of the building. When it comes down to the details, um, that's why I think sorting is so hard for me because I build a bunch of sketches and then don't resort them. I just throw them in I usually make uh, a box of things just for a project. I've got these soft boxes that they zip so you can fold them up and store
Oh.
them more easily. And so then I just
Mhm.
store This is actually a bricks and pieces order, but for the for Victor Swamp Hideout.
Yes.
And this is where we're at.
Oh, pause everything, Mark.
Uh
Pause
oh,
everything.
what's up?
Bring up Monica Berry's last comment, please.
I, we just got a bunch of likes on the
Please.
live stream, and I think it might be from her. Yeah,
Monica
last
Berry, you and I are now soulmates.
oh, Monica.
This is
Uh,
always what I tell Mark every time he builds something with a lot of stone. I always say, I'm getting some strong Art Deco vibes here, Mark. And you, without knowing me, just type that into the chat from seeing this. You are now my best friend. Mark, you've been replaced as my Lego BFF. I know you're ditching me for Nicole already. Monica is
oh
now my
no.
new BFF, and we are just going to tease you about Art Deco every time we see you for the next 5 years.
You guys have friended out before. I think she was into your Gudamine computer. She likes the goo cooled
Well,
space
who
station
doesn't?
computer. Yeah,
Of
right.
course, right? But no, this Art Deco thing is making us best friends.
Yeah, easily. All right, I'm gonna solo you for a second while I reconfigure, and then we can close out the week.
Well, while you're doing that, I might as well talk about, our unofficial sponsors, because we've got to get into the groove of being professional live streamers someday. We always get lots of comments about our first unofficial sponsor, of course, Dot's Homestyle Pretzels. This is the original, sensationally seasoned seasoning. It's got a bit of a kick from Velva, North Dakota. If you haven't tried Dot's Pretzels, what are you waiting for? They're brilliant. Not hashtag not official a sponsor yet. When this happens, when Dot sponsors a live stream, we are going to go crazy. They do, of course, also come in some other delicious flavors, including my favorite, the limited edition. I don't know if it's still limited edition. I don't know if they still make them, but love them. The cinnamon sugar seasoned pretzel twist, delicious all year round, not just for Christmas. And then,
Nice.
of course, Mark, have you been able to find some Dr. Zevia?
No, everyone is out of it. I don't know who is buying it all up, but I have a nemesis here in Chicago that like loves it too. They've changed the packaging and like the cans and stuff. So it's been in and out for a while, but every source that I have to get it is out. So I've got like just the regular cola version, which is okay. But they need to make more of that. They need to make a lot more of it now. Get that new packaging rolled out. Um, a little tired. We got a lot of comments
Oh,
to catch up with here in the chat.
yeah, we've got some good dots comments that we can go through
Well,
here.
thank you, Sean. Sean likes to build so
In
far.
addition,
Yeah, definitely. We've got I would say like little like individual size bags in next year's goodie bag for Chicago of Dots Home Style pretzels. Make sure everybody gets addicted to them. That's coming. Geez,
I'm
get to work
I'm
on
ready
that.
for it.
Um, like so I did the curve modules. Thank you very much. I got to position myself so I can talk about this and like hit all the comments while it's actually happening. Industrial architecture. I don't know if you remember the factory side of that sci-fi build that I did. That was very very industrial. That was
Yes.
fun. I should make an industrial area of this. Let's see if I can pull up some of those pictures and kind of get because that's a fun thing about doing this again since it's been so long since I did it. There's a lot of new parts that I can kind of like flesh out some ideas with, make it more Art Deco. Yeah, and thank you, Stephen Greenwood. The nice usage with the wheels on the outer face. Um, so Stud City says he fills in as a graphic designer, sometimes at his old university, and students get sick of him saying sketch a thumbnail before you go digital. I love sketching, and that's another thing that I have not been able to find since the flood are my pens and pencils. And you'd think I would have ordered new ones by now, but I'm like, no, I'll find them because I've been using them for a long time. They're worn in the way I want them. I've got cases for them. They're all perfect, just the way they are. They're out there somewhere. They're in some box somewhere. Um, so Stephen Greenwood suggested that Monica is everyone's best friend. So sorry to break your heart.
I've got competition. That's
Sorry.
okay. I will fight for Monica on this one.
I don't know what this one means, but Monica Berry said not to tell a torn. Yep, don't tell that person.
Sure. I
Um,
will keep it away from Atorn.
Dad went further to say that every design professor he ever worked would hammer on the students saying sketch thumbnail. I had plenty of those. That is for darn sure. Um, so I brought this up, and it immediately, uh, um, I immediately thought I knew what he was talking about, and now I don't remember what I thought he was talking about because my mind is in live stream mode. He said Mark even mentioned it, making it the artwork for Chicago. That's pretzels. That's possible.
Art Deco. I'm not sure.
Well, we did do Art Deco for the,
Of
so maybe
course you
that's it
did.
because yeah, this year it was the Roaring Twenties, so it was like the first. Yes, I think that maybe I talked about that on ACOB. I don't know, Sean. I'm sorry if you can clarify in the chat. I would put it back up. But yeah, that was one of the nice things about this year's artwork. That was done by Hawkeye Lego Man, who's also in the chat tonight, who really wants us to do Fabulantis. Maybe I'll bring up a Fabulantis build next week. Really give myself something new to put on. Like I'm running out of space down here for building anyway. Um, and then we changed out the background, and I did the background, and I was like, finally, I get to put my Art Deco skills uh, uh, to work for Brickworld. I actually need to make something Art Deco. It took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute, I need to do some Art Deco searches. Like, what does Art Deco look like? And I was just like, damn it, yeah, this is my wheelhouse. Do they have an unseasoned variety? No, they
No,
don't.
the original seasoning is
They're
it's
sensational.
just too good. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
sensationally seasoned. Yes.
sensationally seasoned. And it's like the they I believe Hawkeye likes the honey mustard kind. It's just like they're just obsessed with putting seasoning on twisted pretzels. So if you are not into seasoned pretzels, they're not for you. But give them a try first because I think you're gonna like them. Again, we don't get any money from these people. So Stud just stocked up on dots. They sell out fast. They sell our do fast that by 3 to 4 bags. They sell it so fast that he buys 3 to 4 when he sees them. They had an end cap of the your favorite, the cinnamon sugar.
Yes.
Yeah, there's only season like we said. Um, Waiting for a variety I'm not allergic to. Oh, can't help you there. Yeah, yes, and that's why it's like 10 o'clock at night when I'm just like, I'm hungry, and then I'm sitting here. I'm like, I've got sensationally seasoned keyboard. I'm like, all right, I gotta find something else to eat at 10 o'clock at night because I'm working. Um, but do they make dill flavored pickle? Probably. I don't know. Go look. I haven't looked at all of them just because I'm only interested in the red bag.
Why
Um,
would you need to? I've got two varieties here that I'm obsessed with. If I found out they had more delicious varieties, I would never eat anything else. So, you know.
Fabufan Milwaukee says they had a whole shelf of cinnamon sugar at his Target yesterday. It's like I don't know what it
Oh
is. So
goodness.
you have a nemesis in Minneapolis, like I have a nemesis in Chicago for Dr. Zevia, and yours is buying up all those cinnamon sugar pretzels that are only made for a limited time, and it's
Yeah,
been
do they still
oh,
say limited time flavor on them? That's what we need to know.
yeah,
Um,
actually I don't know. I'll check next time I see an end cap of them at Jewel. Um, yeah. Oh, whoops, I skipped a couple. But Sean also saw it at his Target. See, they're all over the place. Um, Never tried the mustard style. I haven't either.
why bother?
Yeah, yeah, it does. See, Dawn also loves Monica's. You got a lot of competition for this woman.
Yes, I get it. It's okay.
Oh, don't tell A Touring that she has a lot of best friends. You can have as many friends as you want. Let me talk to your hubby.
Sure.
I'll talk to
Z's
you.
spouse is your best friend, right? So, she's my spouse. She's Mark's best friend. She's definitely Matt's best friend at the
Without
Lego
a doubt.
convention.
I was going to say
100%.
they're part of a lug.
So,
They started their
they
own.
are.
Yeah.
They
All
are.
they
Yep.
do is go to Hawaii during May uh, in the lead up to Brick World Chicago. That's their luck. They've never actually done that because
No.
we have like taking vacation to Hawaii money just laying around. It's not types of
Yep.
family. The blue bag of dots didn't do it for me. The purple and red are so good. What's the blue flavor?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the mustard ones are a yellow color. I'm skipping the yellow. I think Yas there from Lego Hawkeye Man was confirming the Art Deco was the part we were talking about here. The
Yeah.
the the blue bag is southwestern flavor.
Oh,
Hmm.
huh.
I'm not
That
I'm not
could go
sure.
wrong. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
that could
sure that
easily go
that
wrong.
could be possible. We're gonna have to try that.
Everyone is awesome. Um, So we're still on this. So yeah, I missed a lot of comments here. We're still on just on the sponsor that's not a sponsor. What makes those pretzels so good is they coat them in butter before they spice them. I mean, we got to start sending some of these to. We're spending like 20 minutes on dots here. Like, let's talk about somebody who doesn't give us money for 20 minutes. You can get hired to make them if you live near Fort Wayne. Well, dang, it's like the people that they hired to like work the Lego warehouses that like steal the sets off the dock. Like that would be me. I'd just be like, oh, I'll just take a crate home for myself. Blue, thank you, stud. Limited time flavor. The flavor expires after a few weeks, and then you just get unflavored pretzels. But it's been a year.
Mm, mm, I don't know if
Oh,
that's
it
true,
falls off of them.
but
Yeah, they
okay.
definitely know they're sealed. We've had
Hmm.
old bags opened up. Ben's stockpiling them. He knows.
Yeah.
I never get jokes sometimes when I first read them. Um,
Dots also
Dots
makes
make
cheese
cheese
curls.
curls. Look at both of
Can you believe it? Wow. Hmm. I don't know. This we are going to we have to find a time. We're going to live stream from the same location and we are going to taste test Southwest flavor and Dots cheese curls together. We don't even have to be in the same location. We just need to coordinate this and taste them together and see what we think live on the stream. No question.
both of us in unison were genuinely shocked that they
And we
made
want them so
cheese
bad.
curls.
Yes.
Thank you for getting us back to Lego, Monica Berry. Too bad Lego isn't continuing their Dots line. Could do a crossover with the pretzels. This is the first time hearing that Lego is not continuing their Dots line. I kind of like their Dots line because it makes people very creative and people making mosaics. And like, why are they not continuing their Dots line? Is it not doing well? They made
I'm
like 1,000 sets in 2 years. There's
Yeah,
so
well, the
many
other thing right
roads.
now though is of course, you've got to take advantage now that people believe we're getting rid of some dots here, you can get the dot sets extremely inexpensively on clearance right now. And I have been hoarding them just for the insane amount of one by one tiles of every variety.
Where are you finding them?
Target, Walmart, Target, Walmart,
What
Walmart,
are
and
Tootsie's
Target.
Tootsie's Dots? So do you have like 18 of them in your area that you go back and forth through that many?
I've got several. And remember, some of my Walmarts lock them up, so I got to skip those, right? Remember from Lego Crimes,
Yeah, of course.
right? So, yeah. The other thing I was thinking, and maybe I'm letting too much out here, if we were going to do a think outside the blocks trophy for Brick World, it would definitely have to be a Dots bracelet or Dots bracelet band with pretzels on it. 100% that would be our trophy. You can wear it with pride when you win because it's Dots pretzels.
They
Get
had
it?
like
Okay, I love it.
remember they had like the Dots cupcakes too, and like you stick the pretzel
Yes.
in the top like brick
Yes.
handles.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Dots pork rinds, like Dots like from Velvet, North Dakota has pork rinds as well. Okay, so Monica Berry has some Lego information for us. It didn't do that well. This is the last wave, but they said the elements will continue. I mean, like yeah, I mean because they're just tiles. I
But they do
imagine
have
not
they
like when they
do
did.
have tiles with pictures on them, quite a few, like unicorns and fancy waves and all kinds of cool things. So maybe they'll still be doing those. I don't know.
Um, Hawkeye said you got a nice clearance discount for Lego Dots at Target, about $100 worth, made it a $20 purchase. I don't know. I lost the Dots food thread in there somewhere. There's so many different Dots
I don't
gum.
think it was food. I think they were telling us that you can
Oh
get
yeah.
some Dots Lego at a couple of these craft stores. So
No, probably the
Michael's,
no no no
Joanne, a couple other
the
places.
the think outside the blocks trophy. You can wear it and eat it. That's what he meant.
Yeah, well, we could just
And
take the cupcake, the bottom cupcake, Dots cupcake, and just put actual Dots pretzels in it too, of course,
inside, yeah, duh.
inside. Yeah.
That's perfect. I think that's what we're gonna do. Or think outside the blocks awards.
Hmm.
So checking things out now on Lego.com. Let's see what's new. I don't even know if there's been enough. Would there be anything new since the last time we?
I don't think there's a lot new. They do have a few things on pretty deep discount.
Okay.
right now, the things that I saw that were on deep discount were largely
Yeah.
some of the big Marvel sets that were super overpriced to begin with,
Okay.
and now they have 30 or 40% discounts if you click on the little sale tab there, the in red letters. That are probably bringing them down to prices similar to what they should have been, which
Okay.
includes the Black Panther set and of course, the one I'm interested in, the Hulkbuster, because it's a mech that's dark red. So of course that seems like a piece gold mine to me.
We already said that, Hawk. Um, I'm just mad at Alex. Make a dot sig fig of the lady from the back of the bag. Oh God, we should make a sig fig of Dot. Yeah, that's
Of Dot.
yes. We definitely need to make her a sig fig and send it to her. The just we'll just send it to throw it in an envelope and write Velva, North Dakota. Dot Velva, North Dakota. Um, what's up? Are you still? Yeah, we're live.
58,790.
Um,
Love you, Matt.
Monica brought up a good point that if they do continue making the tiles, like the bracelets and the other parts, like might not continue. Um, did anybody ever get this Atari? And how many
Uh,
Hulkbusters have you ordered so far?
I've just ordered one because you'll still see the price is crazy, but
I'm
um, the price to part ratio is now more palatable. This
yeah.
Atari is adorable. If you grew up in the 80s and you had
Come
an
on.
Atari 2600, you need one of
I
these
did.
things.
I don't. You know what? I did grow
Oh,
up in the '80s, and I don't need this. I don't need a
oh,
I don't need a piano. I don't need these one to ones. I mean, they just don't speak to me, to be
oh,
honest.
it's so adorable. It's so adorable.
What's this?
So you can pull the front cover up and sort of a guy playing with Atari in his shag carpet, green shag carpet bedroom pops out. It's adorable.
You love this. I'm very unimpressed.
I I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, the icons of place soccer set is 20% off. I thought that just came out. And I thought people were really excited about it.
Eh, who knows?
Stephen Greenwood has the Atari. I know he grew up in the '80s as well. That was 5 times VIP points last year. Well, that's a good time to get it. Let's take a look at that. The icons of soccer. Come on. Yeah, I thought people were really excited about this. And I thought it just came out.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it could be that it's, VIP days or something. I don't know, but um, yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I agree, Monica. It is cool that they did it. It does look very realistic, especially the cartridges. But yeah, I'm just like, I got better things to do with my time and money. To be quite honest, I like the figures. I mean, that's fun. Remember when the Lego soccer sets first came out in like the early
The
2000s?
spring-loaded kick guys or whatever.
Yeah, and they were only available in like
Yeah.
UK. And they had some like it was always the stand sets where they were making like monorail pieces in different colors, or like some of the older like city harbor and train pieces in different colors. Where I was like, why can't they sell those in the states? I just want the pieces. And then they were really expensive because that's how I talked in the early 2000s. I was all like, um,
Sounds just like you.
I guess I'm not too surprised by this. I just feel bad for Oswald.
Yeah,
Oswald always gets the shaft. But yeah,
poor guy.
you know, I've heard back and forth rumors about what are these chunks called?
The
Brickheads,
brickheads. Yep, with a Z.
the cube dudes. Remember cube dudes?
Yep. They're not. I don't think they're chibi, but they're something like that, right?
That's chibi. Yeah, we missed a discussion earlier where the Stud was talking about uh, illustrating the Marvel heroes in chibi, which I'm sure would be adorable. Atari is mad, but maybe I'm just too old. um, Stud says he built the Atari, but tore it down for parts. He has the original Atari on display near his TV. Yeah, like the real. I would say like the actual console would be a better like. Well, if I want to put that out as a decoration, I could see the Lego being like very pop culture, tongue in cheek. Old Soccer Field is much better. Yeah, I think you could actually like
Hmm.
play
Yeah, and I,
better with
I
it as
think
well
what
because you can't play with this one at all.
um yeah, the Atari, the other thing that I like about the actual set is it comes with some of the accessories that I totally had, like the cartridge holder. And they did the little habitats, I guess, in a
Yeah,
sense. The habitats for a couple of the sets, which are kind of cool too. So
I I wonder why Stephen Greenwood well has already bought two DeLoreans. I He builds in a very sort of this is not what it is, but it's like Ninjago City style. It's based on real life villages that actually build that way. It's very cool stuff. But Steven, are you buying these just for like nostalgia? Is there different ways to build that one? That like there's different versions of it, so having three would give you the ability to build all three or something like that.
Well, three
Um,
Back to the Future movies, three Back to the Future versions, probably.
oh, did they do it that way?
Yeah, I think they did do it so you could the wheels are different on all of them, and the second version had the Mr. Garbage
Aha,
fuel injector instead of needing the
gotcha.
nuclear fuel rod or whatever. So
Yeah,
yeah, there's three different versions.
Sean's confirming three different variants, one for each film. Fabby Fan Milwaukee says Brickheads fit. What's going on with my reading skills tonight? Most of the tenets of Chibi. I can't even say Chibi. I was so
Chibi,
disturbed by
yes.
you saying Chibi earlier. Um,
Chibi, yes.
they
What does
they
that mean?
do
Something else that I need to know about, Mark?
what? Well, I know.
Chibi, you'll have to tell me later. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what that sounded like to me?
Well, you'll tell me later, I'm sure.
I will. Yeah, yeah. Sound
All
like
right,
the opposite
perfect.
side of the buttocks that we started. Did we say buttocks? We said butt cheeks.
Ah, okay. Okay, I
Yeah,
got you.
that. I was just like, no,
All right.
no, well, and we were deep in the thick of getting our minds stuck in the gutter.
Of Taint Gate. Yes, I got you. All
So
right.
I think the Brickheads originally reminded me of the Cube dudes, and I kind of sometimes like maybe this is unfair. I just kind of feel like sometimes when Lego Group sees something's popular with AFOLs, they like kind of just like latch onto it a bit and try to do it themselves. Um, Stud says he was fortunate to have two older siblings and two younger siblings, so we had Pong, Atari, Nintendo, TurboGrafx, Sega. Each kid wanted a different system. Jeez, middle child of five, huh? Did you get a lot of cool Lego from both sides too? Then, especially as staying in, like a Lego fan later in life, then hopefully you got your two younger siblings. I know. Sean brought up that there was foosball table on sale. That's why we started texting you this week, Sean, because we want to see how many we can start stockpiling if that thing's on sale, if we're going to be using it. And we've had the idea to kind of promote that at expos as well. We want to make sure that we had your permission to bring on the the foosball tournament to other shows. Yes, thank you, Stephen Greenwood. Sean told me what you were thinking. Stud Studio says his parents were smart and gave us separate systems because we could fight. Yep, very smart, and also had the means to buy 5 systems. Yes, they did. See, yeah, sometimes because I'm not great yet at grabbing the comments when they come in. Yes, they did doesn't have meaning to me yet, but I'll work on that. I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a better live streamer guy
Could
person.
be attached to the next comment from Steven, who was correcting me. It wasn't Mr. Garbage or whatever I said. Mr.
I
Fusion
was
was the needled garbage disposal fusion reactor built onto the back of the DeLorean 2.
that yeah
So
that stung somewhere in the back of my brain, but I was trying to read comments at the same time. Um, Brickheads equal Lego Funko Pop. Yeah, I know, but there was somebody already doing it, so I'm just kind of like, I know. Good point though. Yes, they're chibi. And yeah, Funko Pops are very chibi. My new favorite word. Marvel characters are fun to draw on chibi. Yes, he said that earlier. It had a huge Lego bin of parts with 5 kids. That was cool. Living room was a huge classic space mock. Yeah, I was surprised, Ben, that you didn't build classic space before you just saw a model. What year was that? Do you remember the year that
yeah,
you saw the model?
yeah, that was 2015. I'm pretty confident in that.
They've done some really cool Harry Potter like um, environment stuff. Like they've done a really a lot of these locations in the Harry Potter world. Cydia said that they'd build giant classic space scenes. I can imagine a little army, like you had a little lug growing up all together. What gets me about some of these, they really did this with the original Lord of the Rings line, where it was like, here's the Mines of Moria, and it's just like it's more of a like almost a movie scene. It's almost like a play set where it's like I really like the sets that they made when I was in the 80s when I was younger, where it would be a building that was a building and you could actually have like a roof and rooms inside and like interiors. So when they make these like movie sets like this, I wonder if because I thought this was a little bit newer, so I wonder if the set just didn't do quite as well
Yeah.
as other sets in the line.
I think the problem with this one is if you're, trying to do something, and I'm sure hopefully Stephen will tell us what we need correction on
Right,
with
right.
that phrase.
No,
But before we get to that, I think probably the issue here is it's so vertical, but yet it doesn't seem to have um, depth, right?
yes,
It looks
yes,
like maybe it unfolds or something else, but you just kind of see it and you're like, that's a lot for something that looks so
yeah.
um, yeah, so
Shallow.
so shallow on the
Yeah.
box. Yes.
It looked two dimensional. Like I think what Dawn did here, where she picked up three of them to make a street scene, is kind of the only way to really make the Ministry of Magic, because that is a rather like prominent setting in a lot of the movies, and it's a very cool setting to try to build out of Lego. But in order to do it with the official sets, you've got to buy several of them, which is a little annoying. Sometimes that happens with quite a few sets, I feel. Um, Stud says his mother gave his nephew's classic space monorail. He'll get it back someday. I was playing with my cousin, my mom's nephew. Um, One day we were playing Lego, and like I pulled out a Fabuland figure. I'm like, "Where on earth did you get this?" My aunt was like, "Oh, you gave it to him." I'm like, I would never give him this." Like, and my mom was like, "Oh, I gave it to him. He thought it was cute." And I was just like, "No, that's Lisa. He's part of my family. How on earth would you?" Yeah, I actually was really upset about that. And I was like, I had to have been like 16 or 17, and was like irrationally emotional about my original. I think it was Lisa Lamb, not Louisa Lamb. That ended up with
Mm.
my cousin, where I was like, I got to get that back, because this was before eBay or Bricklink, or well, what was it, Brick Bay? Uh, uh,
Brick Bay
oh,
became Bricklink. That was
oh,
the
okay, because
original name,
there
I
was
believe.
another one, Oxzilla. Oxzilla was probably the first one I ever purchased from. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, Hawk says it looks more like an advent calendar. I'm like, yeah, good call there. Stud says he cringes when he goes into his nephew's bedroom because he's got his monorail. Yeah. Oh, that I would not be okay. Like, because one Fabuland figure is one thing. The monorail, like, how on earth did you let your mother get her hands on that? Parents are like typically irresponsible unless they're an a-hole with the value of Lego, especially the emotional, nostalgic value. Whoops, didn't mean to traumatize you. Winter Village sets are like that, barely on the interior, so I usually buy 2 to 3 of them to expand them. I feel like the Winter Village sets have gotten a lot better with like that elf,
Mm.
the gingerbread man house,
Well, that's kind of interesting that you say that
or
because
the
the first couple
yeah,
were like full buildings that you could open and look inside. The most recent one had like a couple of store fronts, but no backs. They were more of that like dollhouse style, I guess. And maybe the thought is, well, when you go into
yeah,
someone's house and they have a large Christmas display, that's kind of what they have are these dollhouse ones that are just kind of have the fronts. You can flip them around and see what's going on inside
yeah,
or something. I don't know. But the
eh,
last one was way more like this than the
yeah.
first few, which looked like full buildings.
I get you. I get you. Oh yeah, because they're more like street scenes instead of like actual buildings. Well, even like the toy shop and the like the
The
bakery and the
bakery,
office,
yeah,
they were
the
kind of like
firehouse,
halvesy. Well, the firehouse, geez, is like a modular building. But the
yeah.
there's huge. I'm leaving this up on screen for a reason. Sorry, I know this looks really boring, but like there are huge like lines of like Christmas decorations that are ceramic full buildings. So it's kind of like not all of them have that sort of turnaround. They're like, I can't remember. There's a line of them that are like that people are obsessed with. It's the name of a street and there's a number in it. But that's the best I could do right now. In college when she gave Lego away to her youngest brother, that's why. Yeah, you got to have a part-time job in college so you can afford a storage unit. Just keep that stuff away from your parents. So why on
At
earth
least
is
it's
this
still in
modular?
the family, right?
That's true. Why on earth is it
Yeah.
modular this way?
Aha, I had no idea.
Like, what would that accomplish? Or maybe that's just like the bags it was built in. But like, what are you gonna do? Build 5 of them over here and leave one over here? It's like that doesn't not how this works. Anyway, um, it is 9 o'clock, and I am getting to the point where my husband actually interrupted the live stream because he's just like, "Are we ordering dinner?" I'm like, "I am literally live." Joanne says that none of the WV sets had a back. Winter Village sets had a back. The first few were about six. Oh, didn't have a back. Okay, yeah, none of them. Yeah. 6 to 8 sets deep, and the most recent one is only about 5, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Definitely. Now I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah, it seems like when they go to the city, like city scenes, they do that, and then like the houses are deeper and more detailed inside. But yeah, none of them have backs. They're definitely more built in that play style. of like the early 80s where there was never a back on the building, so you could play inside instead of like the modular style where you can like lift the things off and blah blah blah. Even some of the Friends sets have like more full buildings. Even if
Yeah.
they don't have a back, they're at least like 8 to 16 studs deep. Department 56. Thank you. I knew it was. I don't know. I thought it was the name of a street, but yeah, Department 56.
Something with
Uh,
a number.
these Christmas ceramic buildings. My ex and I used to buy them for his mom, and people are just obsessed with these things. So yeah, I would imagine that it's something that they could mimic a little bit better, is to get like those full builds that you can like really build like a full village with, and like have streets and put down the blanket of snow. And that's what my mom does. She puts a blanket of snow with like fairy lights underneath it. It's like her new Christmas
Mm.
tree. Like pretty much all she puts up for Christmas. So all right, so we on for next week, Ben?
Next week, I think I might be gone, actually.
Really? Where are you gonna be?
Yes.
Well, you got something going on?
Um, the in-laws always treat us to a week at a cabin in Wisconsin.
Nice.
I will be there, but my Lego room will have spring guns for all those interested in Lego crime. So
What about
don't
the Supreme
don't
Court
come a
case?
knocking,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. But what did the Supreme Court say about those
Um,
spring guns?
you can't have spring guns. End of
Yeah.
discussion. But
Hawk
yeah,
says that.
we might need to take a week off, or maybe you'll go crazy and stream without me. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll
We'll have
see
to
how I do
see.
if I do that. That'd be quite a decision to make. Hawk says that, and I agree with this. It looks like the modular section buildings are coming out more. Yeah, it's like Friends and City are. It looks like they have almost the same designer. They're trying to make them work together a little bit more, and I love that new Friends modular. I know it's not really like a modular, but it's very close to it. And the sort of downtown stuff that the city's starting to do is looking a little more modern and lots
Yeah.
of fun.
The Emma's
Go
Art
see
School, if you've
Steven
seen
while
that
you're.
one,
I have.
I've seen that one on clearance lately around too. That one is very cute.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're building several of the Friend
adorable.
sets in particular that really look like they could fit well in a modular type layout with a little bit of work.
Well, like I know we said we were leaving, but even this even the Heart Lake City Community Kitchen I think is really nicely designed. Enough
Yeah.
room for an interior, enough going on up here. It's just it's more well rounded than some of those where like it's a cafe, but it only has two walls, no roof, and of course this. I mean, goodness,
Yes. I bought this one for
it's
my daughter. I could not resist. She's only 7,
that's
but
gorgeous.
my goodness, it's a beautiful build for sure.
Yeah, really like that. It's definitely something I want to pick up. It's something I want to build a bigger version of actually. So I don't really pick up sets anymore. Where is the art school? Come on, come on. Anyway, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Main Street building is looking a lot more like the city, like the downtown stuff that the
There's the art school
right
there, I
there.
think,
Yeah,
on the left.
they're looking as well. Yeah, just merge
Yeah.
them, just make them all the same thing. Oh, but then Monica, they would have to do they would have to merge the skin tones too because there's no bright yellow people in the Friends world. They look like real people, so kids can actually see themselves in their play. Who knew that was needed? It looks like the people over on the city side don't know that. That does annoy me. Sorry. That's a topic for a different day. Maybe I'll just sit here and talk about Lego and race next week. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
No, skip that. No,
Skip. All right. So since
you
we won't
could come to Minnesota and go measure the Anderson shower and find out how many otters you can get in there.
yes, exactly. I'm going to drive to Minneapolis with a bunch of otters, and just give me their address. Don't even tell them I'm coming.
I won't bother. They'll say you just say we're here to pack your shower with otters.
All right. With that final thought, always remember there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. So says Bob Ross. Good night, everybody.